This draft lottery was created almost 2 decades ago to ensure that teams wouldn't try to have the worst regular season record, thus the next year's #1 draft pick. Now, in some years, there's no goal for that because there's no clear-cut #1 pick. But this year, there is a consensus. LeBron James. Some say he's the best high school basketball player ever. You can't quantify that, but as we see James, within the last 45 minutes, arriving at a party at a hotel in his hometown of Akron, Ohio, we can say no high school athlete has ever been as celebrated as LeBron James. I'm joined by Sean Elliott, former NBA star, former college star Jay Bilas. They join us on ABC and ESPN for analysis of those sports. Guys, earlier today, LeBron James signed a $90 million endorsement contract for sneakers. Needless to say, they're counting on him for a lot all the way around. What kind of an impact can this young man make on the NBA?
Well, when you give a guy $100 million before he's even played his first NBA game, you're asking this guy to transcend sports. He's got to be a franchise rejuvenator. He's got to re-energize his teammates and his fan base, and he's got to suck in people that weren't necessarily basketball fans before. It's a huge responsibility, but so far LeBron James has proved that he's up to the task.
And he's up to the task on the court as well. LeBron James is a superior athletic talent. At 6'7", he is a man already, 235 pounds. He's the best high school player I've ever seen, certainly in the last 20 years. He is just as skilled as Kobe Bryant at this age, but he is far more physically imposing. An outstanding passer. He has a unique vision of the court. He can deliver the ball, and he's got an explosive first step. He takes it to the basket, the dunk. The only thing he needs to do is refine that shot, but he does shoot a good ball. I think that's something he will get on the NBA level.
A lot of pressure ahead, but also a lot of pressure behind him. He's experienced so much. You know, there's higher intrigue in this draft lottery this year, guys, because there are 3 players that in any year by themselves they would easily command the top pick. Why don't we start with one of them, Syracuse's Carmelo Anthony, who helped as a freshman lead the Orangemen to college basketball's national championship.
Yeah, and what I really love about Carmelo is the way that he performed on one of the grandest stages in the NCAA tournament. This guy was dominant. He reminds me a lot of Big Dog Glenn Robinson, the way he scores the basketball. But you add on top of that his passing ability, his athletic ability to make everybody else around him better, and he's a positive for any team in this league.
Carmelo's holding the pillow, wearing the black shirt there in his home in Baltimore, Maryland, anxiously watching it with the rest of us where his future home will be. Well, Jay, there's another person getting great grades, a 7-footer out of Yugoslavia, and once again a teenager. We speak of Darko Milicic.
Darko Milicic is an intriguing prospect because he's 7 foot tall, he's a left-hander, and he is long and very skilled, perhaps the most skilled big man in this year's draft. Just 17 years old. He's got great length, very clever in the post. He's got a variety of different moves. He can shoot the ball, and he's athletic. He can get up and down the floor, and when you talk about the combination of size and skill, Darko Milicic has a chance to be great. That makes him very intriguing as perhaps the 2nd pick in the draft.
Darko seated in the middle there. He's come to the U.S. to become acclimated with America and work on his game as well. As he watches at his agent's home, let's go through for Darko and everybody else watching the specifics. Meadowlands very nervous right now. But we've got a lot of viewers in Chicago, Atlanta, New York, Washington, out in San Francisco, you Warrior fans. They want to know, we didn't get the chance to get Carmelo or Darko or LeBron. Are there other good players in this 2003 draft?
No, absolutely. There's 2 big men in particular that have a chance to move up into the top 5 or top 6 players in the draft. When you talk about Bosh from Georgia Tech, the freshman, 6'10", 220 pounds or so, can play inside and can go outside, shoot that ball with 18 or 19-foot range. This is a young man who's going to fill out a little bit more. He has athletic ability. Kaman, a junior out of Central Michigan, can play around the basket, plays with both hands, lefty, righty, a true 7-footer. Both these guys are going to have to get much bigger and stronger to have a real impact.
From the guard spot, point guard T.J. Ford, great in transition, an outstanding passer. The question marks his size and shooting ability. Dwayne Wade of Marquette, a great first step, explosive getting to the basket, an outstanding defender, gets his hands on a lot of basketballs, a lot of deflection. Kirk, I love this kid. He can play the point or the off-guard position, shoot the ball. He really attacks in transition. And Reece Gaines, 6'6", he plays the point or the 2-guard, and he is long and very athletic on the defensive end. Gets his hands on a lot of basketballs, a lot of deflections. He can really get out and guard people. I like Reece Gaines. He could be a lottery pick.
And we have several international players, could have a dozen in the first round as well. So names you might not know now, you might know come this time next year. Recapping picks 4 through 13, they go in order. And once again, because Atlanta is not in the top 3, their pick at number 8 goes to Milwaukee. It will be Memphis, Denver, Cleveland, or perhaps Detroit the happy people coming up here in a little bit. The GMC shoot-around, this special NBA lottery edition continues, and we'll find out who will get the #1 pick in the 2003 NBA draft, the draft of the Big Three in '03. That plus Eastern Conference Finals Game 3 as we continue on ABC.